Tell me about your childhood.
You know, as a kid, I used to ride up on top of Red Butte. It was quite a ways from my dad's ranch, clear out on North Fork, clear to the top of that thing. But my dad had a bunch of horses, and that was all open land. I rode through one fence, an old broken down barbed wire fence that somebody had homesteaded. Dad had these horses, and he'd just kick them out the back gate. In fact, he'd tell me, he'd say, "Tom, when you go up and open the back gate and let the horses and the cows out," and they just run out onto the open land, public land. Everybody did it, you know, because it was there. The land was there to use. The cows and the horses were to be there. And so as soon as I got old enough, I started riding a horse. In fact, I rode horseback to school when I was in the 2nd grade, 7 years old. I would ride out there to check them, and that's how I'd get up on top of Red Butte. I'd look all around, and finally I'd look up there and I'd say, "Oh yeah, I bet they're up there." They were up there in the breezes. Keep the flies off of them. So I got to ride up there. I was always watching for game, but there was, you know, I just see in the paper about the deer numbers are down. When I was a kid, at about that age of 7 and so on, 2 of the bigger teenage kids in the neighborhood had had a chance to ride out into that country where I rode later. And they came back, and boy, the word got out. You know, it's just the old one-line telephone. You ring up, and everybody'd hear it, and they'd go listen, and so the word spread in a hurry. Those 2 young guys had seen a deer, a buck deer. It was unheard of in that whole big area. Now you see, this is 1934, 35. That's not so long ago. The biggest thing I ever saw were some of the big jackrabbits, and I mean they were big. And the hills were full of them. And sage grouse. Sage grouse just everywhere. And so I was always looking for different birds and trying to identify them. My granddad, also named Tom Bell, had noted my interest in it, so one time when he was coming to visit, he bought this book, but of eastern birds, but a bird book for me. Boy, I think I still have it. I haven't run across it yet because I'm going through all my book. At any rate, it was again the natural things around me that I saw, and just the fact that I was a part of it. And it was just awesome. To me, it was just awesome, all of these things. I couldn't believe it, you know. The different beautiful things and the different things that were just, I didn't see them every day. They were unusual. I was always looking for that. It's just like the birds. Boy, when the birds started coming through in the spring, I really watched because there's a lot of them I'd never seen before. And it just fascinated me. So, you know, things were pretty much unspoiled.